Curseus here. Welcome back to some Stormfall Saga of Survival. So, really quick, I just want to say there's nothing I can't do in this game that is better left off doing off camera. And that, what I mean by that is just all the grinding for resources, upgrading walls, buildings, stuff like that. None of that is exciting content. None of it is good content. The only other thing I can do is make this video, and this video today is all of your questions that I've gotten over the time answered. So here it is. I'm just going to answer the most frequently asked questions I've ever gotten about this game, and this is pretty much the last thing I can really do or say on this game until there is actually something for me to grind towards as far as content. So, first of all, people ask, about PvP. PvP is very simple. Once you have access to the locksmith's table, which is in your thingy bob right here, carpenter's bench, blah blah blah, locksmith's table at level 20, you build it, you finish it off, and then you have access to PvP. You can enable and disable PvP from the bench right here. Very simple, okay? And you can only disable, if you have attacked another player, you can only disable PvP after a certain amount of time has passed that you haven't actually participated in any PvP. Okay? And by the way, PvP is pretty simple too. You raid another player's location, you steal a chest. I think you can take up to 2. I think. Yeah, you can take 1 on your person and 1 on your horse. And if you get a certain kind of saddlebag, I think you can take another on the horse. So you could take up to 3 chests from any player with you. You bring those chests back to your place. You put them in the locksmith's table. You unlock them, and you get random items that were from that player's storage. And when I mean random items, I mean random items. It doesn't matter what was actually in the chest you took. The items will be random and taken collectively from that player's stash. Now, okay, that is one frequently asked question. Everything else can be answered with one statement, but I am just going to go through it all, because if I told you the answer to all the next load of questions, you could bounce off the video right now. But we're going to go ahead and talk about it right now. So, items in the game that you want to know how to craft. Well, very simple. People ask me about a lot of items. How do you craft this? How do you craft that? Very specifically, they always want to know about the... Where are you? You are... yeah, okay, yeah. It's level 47. The Peddler's Wagon. Now, you can craft this. Peddler's Wagon. I have it right over here. It's right here. But there's a problem. And you see, I could actually have the oak plank. I do have the oak planks to put in here if I wanted. But there's a problem. Do we see the problem? The problem is these wagon axles, wagon wheels, wagon hitch, and the reins, which you can get. You can still get these because these were part of the original horse stables to upgrade. But anyways, it's the wagon hitch, the wagon wheel, and the wagon axles. You can pick up wagon supplies randomly from enemies in the world. Don't know why you can, because the rest of these items are not in the game. You cannot, unless you cheat, you cannot get these items. The one I have was part of a package deal on items, and I don't know why they gave it to you in the first place. But you cannot craft this. You cannot finish this, rather. You can craft it and set it down, but you cannot finish it. Okay, after the peddler's wagon, the message post. People ask about the message post all the time. Most of these are going to come in order. The message post requires a pine plank, clay, rope, stone, and a falcon. Falcon is not in the game. You cannot get this anywhere in the world. Does not exist unless you cheat. And even then, there's no point because everybody can just talk in the chat. So there's no point in being able to send direct messages to players anyways because you have the world chat. Anyways, next, braziers. You can craft these. It's just that, liquid fire is an expensive item. But reliquary, you can craft and finish this. It is right here. The reliquary allows you to make Dana's Mark, the Balor's Mark, and the Book of Flight. All three of these items do not exist. And by that, I mean the Moranian Steel Plate does not exist, the Moranian Steel Plate does not exist, and these Words of Might, Words of Courage, all these words, they do not exist. All these items do not exist in-game. You cannot craft these items. These items do not exist. There's your answer for that. Next, let's see, Reliquary Runesmith's Table. You can craft and finish this, I think. I think that's what this is right here. Yes. You can craft every single one of these except for the Rune of Wayor, I think. I think the symbol of Wayor does not exist in the game. You cannot craft that. You cannot find it. That is it. Next, see, short sword, blah, blah, gauntlets, wavering cage. You can craft and place this down, but you cannot finish it because you require items from the world map, specifically sheep, like sheep meat and other items, but you cannot craft and finish this. That's all. The items needed to finish off don't exist. The throne, it's just an advanced piece of furniture. You need an elm plank, warrior scroll, iron nails, and heavy cloth. Warrior scroll does not exist. It is not in the game. You cannot find this anywhere in the world. Moving on. The rabbit pen, again, Moranian steel plate, does not exist in the game. You cannot craft this. You cannot find it anywhere in the world. Does not exist. The rack, Moranian steel plate, does not exist. You cannot craft this. You cannot get it anywhere in the world. The well pole, Moranian steel plate, does not exist. You cannot get this anywhere. You just cannot get it. Now, the enchanted armor is locked again behind Moranian steel plate, which you cannot get, cannot craft unless you cheat. The sheep pen requires Moranian steel plate to craft, so you cannot get this. It does not exist. The dragon's cave. You can craft and set this down, but it requires items that do not exist in the game, and therefore you cannot finish it. Next, the large chest. Moranian steel bar. I believe you can craft these. I'm not 100% certain. I think you can. Hold on. Pardon me. No. You need Moranian amulets. Moranian amulets do not exist in the game. So anything that requires a Moranian steel bar, you cannot make because it does not exist. And as for Moranian steel plate, I don't believe Dragonstone exists in the game either. So even if you could make the Moranian steel bars, you cannot make the Moranian steel plate. It just does not exist. Anyway. And by the way, did you guys figure out what the short answer is for all of the every question you might have? The short answer is it doesn't exist. Sorry. Sorry, to lead you on for the rest of the video, but if I had just said 8 minutes ago that the next answer to your next question is it doesn't exist, you would have bounced off the video. So, sorry. But since, everybody has to ask, Guardian Spirit can be crafted, but there's no point if you don't participate in PvP. Wizard Staff can be crafted. Battering Symbol can be crafted. Blade of War cannot be crafted, requires Marine Steel Plate. The Familiar does not exist in the game. It is a very simple crafting recipe, but requires something called a Companion Scroll, which does not exist in the game. It is nowhere to be found. You cannot have it. The Infernal Hex can be crafted, but I don't see why. Like, most of these weapons are pretty... Lightning Amulet looks pretty good because it's actually a really cheap... this is actually one of the cheapest crafting recipes for a late-game weapon I've seen. But anyways, though, yes, the answer to your questions is it does not exist. Most of the content in this game is locked behind items that do not exist. You cannot craft them. You can't have them. That's it. I apologize for if, you feel let on for the rest of the video, but I think you kind of already knew this answer. But, so many people just asked me about it, and, well, that's it. But anyways, though, I'll tell you guys what. If you really, really want more Stormfall Saga survival content, even if it's just me stockpiling a billion resources, put 100 likes on this video, and I'll do it. But because I just don't feel like it's good content to have to just grinding, and just more grinding. And that's, pretty much all the Empires and Allies videos are, but, there's high demand for that. And if I feel that, if you make me feel there is high demand for this, put 100 likes on this video. I guess I'll jump back into it. And I'll just do stuff, the stuff I would do off camera, on camera for you. So anyways, though, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell. There's other content on the channel. Check out My Beautiful Paper Smile. It's a nice indie horror game. I just did chapter 1. And as always, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.